Hey everyone, and welcome to Game 3 of this Best of 5 series. I do apologize, this is a Best of 5, not a Best of 7 series. It is from the Gamecom Open. Actually, the Best of 7 series was in the round of 16, only one matchup, so I do think that that was a mistake by those players anyways. It was from Valkyrie versus Everrise. They did play a best in 7 in the round of 16. Maybe they just simply agreed to that and decided to let the best player win. Valkyrie did win that game, and now saying it is an honor to play a xSix member. xSixVer definitely one of the favorites since the start of actually winning this thing, and there were more than 1,000 players in this tournament. The finals and semifinals will be casted by HD StarCraft himself, and in the meantime I am covering the round of 8. So tune in for all these matches. This series is now tied up 1-1, and I forgot to mention there are $2,000 on the line right now for these players. That is not that is one nice lump of change actually. The $2,000 is quite nice to have, especially for playing StarCraft, and especially for these amateur players like Valkyrie. This is his chance to actually make a name for himself. He has gotten very far inside this tournament. He is a very skillful player, as we have seen, and can't wait to see this third game unravel. Now, Ver, we have seen getting a very, very fast second base in every single game. There he goes again. Valkyrie, on his side, he has been known to actually be very aggressive with his first 3 Marines and his first Hellion. Look for that factory to go down. These 3 first Marines will walk across the map and do what damage they can with a Hellion to support it as soon as this factory is done. So Valkyrie, we are seeing the same game over and over again, but this Marine actually walking quite weirdly. These games have been so intense, so back and forth, and so well played by these two players. Some small mistakes by these players sometimes, but not too big of a deal. They are great, and these games have been just so good. I cannot wait to actually see the finals of this tournament. I want to know who is going to win this whole thing. And Ver wisely throwing down a bunker because he knows what's coming. He knows that every single game he went for a fast expansion, and on the low ground is very ballsy. He's actually going to have to pull off some SCVs. One FCV doing nothing here, just saying I'm not going to participate. And these Marines are actually going to win the fight. So after this bunker is done, he will be very safe behind this, and Valkyrie should actually be expanding behind this. He will be going into a Banshee instead, as he really likes to. Look for a tech lab to actually start right after this Marine. That is what we have seen in all these games. And I think he is actually going to try and put more pressure onto his opponent. He is going to go for another medevac in this game instead of a Banshee, as we saw in the games in his round of 16 series. And this will be used to elevator inside the main base because this bunker is fortifying the front. So if he can actually get his Marines inside here, these 4 Marines are going to be forced back here, and a lot of Marines and a few Hellions inside the main base might actually do so much damage at this point. This medevac is now done, and this could actually be devastating for Ver. Stimpack is already on the way, but only 6 Marines on the field right now, and this could be so devastating. 3 Hellions and 5 Marines against 6 Marines. I'll tell you that these Marines with the medevac support will easily clean this up. Now he will elevator everything up here. Look for him to actually load up these 2 and bring them up as well. And he should really just move forward at this point because there's really not much here. 1 Marauder already done, so that will help immensely, especially against these Hellions. They are going after the SCVs. The SCVs trying to get a surround, but they are going down. 7 Harvester kills. And really, this is awesome by Valkyrie, but once again, he's going to sacrifice these Hellions, And that is not something you want to do. You want to keep them alive. He did have that medevac, so he could have actually evacuated them with better control. And Valkyrie, if you do watch these games, you should really not sacrifice these these Hellions. Try to get them out. He did kill 9 Harvesters, but with 2 bases, Ver is actually going to be able to macro up quite a lot more. This command center now just finishing. Remember, Ver has had 2 mules during that entire exchange. He has been able to double produce SCVs. So once again, Valkyrie not doing the damage that he should have. Now Ver is actually ahead. He has 52, 245 supply. These Hellions, if he did not lose them, they could be so useful at this point. Siege mode is not done yet by Valkyrie. It's not even researching. These tanks not going to be as good against these Marines. Stim is already done for Ver, so he does have that advantage. 1 medevac on top to heal everything, though. He should really pull these SCVs and make them fight. And great control, actually, by Valkyrie, pulling these tanks up when he needs to, picking off the weak tank. And great control by Valkyrie. That is what he should be doing a lot more. And now the supplies have actually evened out. These 2 players on 2 bases apiece. And this is looking like it's going to be a great game. 3rd command center already up by Ver, and Ver has loved his macro throughout this series. And really, this has been so back and forth. Ver actually pulling ahead, and then Valkyrie getting a great engagement. I have loved these games, and I really think that you should have loved them too. This Marine gonna chase away his brother with Stim. 2 Marines pulling back to take control of this watchtower. Great play, and now Valkyrie will actually be pushing across the map with this small force. Is siege mode done at this point? No, it is not done. It is actually just a few moments from being done, about 15 seconds, 20 seconds away. And if he can actually manage to siege up at the front of this base, he will do a lot of damage, because Ver does not have siege tank yet. There will be a 20-second opportunity where he can siege up and his opponent will not be able to. And there it is. He should actually siege up right now, because that window is going to be closing. Siege up, Valkyrie. Your siege is done. There it goes, the siege. And now he can actually leapfrog these tanks. He should bring a few forward. Meanwhile, the siege mode for Ver is now about 5 seconds away. And really, this is going to be so close at this point. Pulling all his SCVs, Valkyrie is going to pull ahead in this exchange. Killing a lot of these SCVs, going to get a surround on the tanks. And force to pull back. Valkyrie is going to head back home, wait for these reinforcements. He is getting chased down. A nice control, though, loading up the 2 deep red tanks, saving at least that, and pulling back to that siege tank. So losing a lot more than he could have there if he pulled back just a bit earlier. The income tab now still favoring Ver. Going to transfer these SCVs back to mining, as well as the supply. So only 6 supply difference, so that is the harvester difference. So these 2 guys have the exact same army at this point. He is going to pull some SCVs to repair those tanks, and going to try and push him once more. And now, though, the 3rd base is done for Ver. He will be lifting that up and putting down the 3rd base, and dropping all the mules on top of this 3rd base as soon as it is there. So he will get the economic advantage soon enough. You can actually see that with those 3 mules, he already has the income advantage. And Valkyrie will need a 3rd base soon if he wants to stay in this game, or push forward and do a lot of damage. Ver does have the supply advantage at this point, so Valkyrie is going to have to get a very cost-efficient attack. He does have a single Viking, and they will be able to spot this high ground. He is elevating his Marines inside the main base. This Viking will start shooting away at the medevac. Nice positioning on the low ground, but that is a lot of tanks on the high ground, which can actually outrange them because he did scan. And this has been the trademark of Valkyrie. When in all these games, he has always pushed on the low ground towards the high ground with a few medevacs and a Viking. So Ver is not mining yet from this third base. You can actually see he just selected this, throwing down a mule. He is now down on supply. So Valkyrie looking pretty good, looking to actually get this gold base as soon as this attack is finished. But this is doing so much damage. These Marauders going to try and push forward. He has not stimmed the Marauders though, so they are not doing their full potential damage. These Marines are actually going to clean this up. And Valkyrie going to elevator more tanks in here, falling back with the Marines, going to kill a lot of SCVs, pulling them back and saving his units. This is exactly what you have to do, Valkyrie. This is awesome. I love this decision, saving whatever units you can. And Valkyrie is just looking great. If he can actually manage to get this gold base up and running, he will come back in this game. 58 to 49 harvesters, but no harvesters actually on the high ground here just yet. He does want to transfer them up here, but he did not manage to because of that attack. The drop is coming back inside his main base. I like this. It will force these units to actually pull back, but he should elevator them back because he is losing just his entire army, doing no damage at this point. And unfortunately, Valkyrie once again threw away his army. He should push. He is pushing in the front base here, but two tanks will be able to thwart this away. And really, that was quite a useless loss in the main base. He did not do any damage at this point. As soon as he saw those Marines and tanks pulling back, he should have just elevated back to this safe ground. And this SCV not doing anything, just dancing around right now. He is on strike, I guess. And now, actually, Ver has his third.